ladies and gentlemen, there are some matches that put in me a feeling of genuine excitement. A lot of matches do that tonight, but this match in particular, if I had to choose a match, Matt, that I thought this is going to be the match of the night, then this one's it.
Andy, we can analyse this as commentators, we can analyse this as people who've grown up with the wrestling industry and like to think that we're experts, like to think we have an opinion that matters, but all I can do is analyse this as a fan. And for me, this is a packed card, there are great matches from top to bottom, but for me, this is the match of the night, personally.
Beautiful, beautiful dropkick by the man in the yellow. That, of course, is the Mean Machine, Mark Sanders, and his opponent from Leeds, Rampage Brown.
I'm almost speechless at this, NDK. This is a phenomenal matchup. Two men who eventually had to meet. They had to meet. Mark Sanders has been tearing up the ranks of the elite wrestling
in
the past year, and he has beaten many of the great names on the British scene right now.
Mark is on a roll of his life. There's no doubt in my mind about that. The success that Mark has had so far in 2015, facing such good from Matt, you remember the matches that we've both seen, the matches he's had.
We have seen him face the Warrior, Paul Malin.
That's right.
We have seen him face Antonio, the Promise Thomas.
That's right.
We have seen him face the Cloudcore House of Pain, Styx.
Yep.
We have seen him face the Righteous Joseph Connors.
Yep.
We have seen him beat the Masterpiece Chris Masters.
And what did all those matches have in common?
They all had in common guts, fortitude, amazing action, and Mark Sanders beating the odds.
Exactly. Mark Sanders overcoming the odds in every single one of those matches, ending victorious, being the man with his hand in the air. But tonight could be the biggest match so far of his career. That, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Rampage Brown.
In many ways, Andy Kane, this isn't a match, this is a test.
Exactly.
If Mark Sanders can go toe-to-toe with Rampage Brown, he proves at a stroke that he is not only amongst the greatest competitors in the UK right now, he is also amongst the greatest competitors in the world right now.
Beautiful dropkick from Rampage Brown, taking Mark Sanders to the floor at ringside there. If you are sat ringside at our shows, fans, we do remind you to please stay seated and to stay safe. You can see the impact in front of you just there. It's going to be a phenomenal, hard-hitting match.
This is one of the things I have to observe about Rampage Brown. I've seen him wrestle on numerous occasions. He's a big man, he's a powerful man, and as we see there with Craig Anderson and inadvertently getting in his way, he's also an angry man.
He is. There's no doubt about that. Now, Mark Sanders, to me, I don't think anybody needs to win this match more than Mark Sanders does.
No.
And when I say that, the reason I say it is because Mark, I know him well, can be his own worst critic.
It sounds strange to say that. You watch Mark Sanders out there, his ring work is without doubt some of the best you will ever see. But he's always striving, Andy Kane. He wants to be the best man he can be in the ring, he wants to be the best wrestler he can be. That's why he's pitting himself against opponents of this caliber.
And fans, if the noise from Mark hitting that turnbuckle didn't come across at home, let me tell you, being sat here at ringside, that was genuinely deafening.
The ring moved, Andy Kane. The ring genuinely moved.
Beautiful kick by Rampage. Rampage doesn't care. Rampage doesn't care who Mark's beating.
No. This is just another night for Rampage Brown. This is another opponent, another match, another town. You will come here with the same attitude. I come in, I beat my opponent, I go home. Thank you very much.
What Rampage cares about is Rampage Brown. He cares about Rampage winning this match. He cares about his hand being lifted high in the air at the end of this match by your referee Craig Anderson. That's all he's seeing. He's not seeing the unbeaten record of Mark Sanders. He's not seeing the success he's had this year. He's seeing an opponent. He's seeing someone that he will beat.
And in a way, you've got to admit that will give a massive psychological advantage to Rampage Brown over Mark Sanders. Mark has something to prove here. He has a point to make. This is just another beating for Rampage Brown.
Exactly.
It's another body.
Rampage isn't interested in who's in the ring with him. He's interested interested in hurting people. That's what he does. That's what he does best. That's what he's built his career and his reputation off.
And don't be lulled into thinking that if this match goes long, that is going to affect Rampage Brown in any way, shape or form. If he can pin someone in the first minute, he will do it.
Absolutely.
But if this match goes longer, he will love to dish out a 10, 15-minute beaters.
Both men have amazing cardiovascular conditioning. Beautiful clothesline there from Rampage Brown. Brutal, I would say is the word for that.
I would clarify that, Andy Kane. I would say casually brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. I certainly winced when I saw that.
It's like there are many men in that ring who will inflict brutal punishment on their opponents. But you look at Rampage Brown's face, he's almost smiling. He doesn't care that he's so strong, he's so powerful, that he can literally break a man's
He's
neck.
enjoying it.
This is what he does.
He's enjoying it. That's his thing. That's who he is. That's what he achieves. He's enjoying ripping Mean Machine, Mark Sanders, aside a piece. He's enjoying hurting. He's enjoying brutalising him. You know, certainly it's. You can see Rampage Brown taking over now. Beautiful headlock that he's taking. And you know, Mark's in the corner. And what's going to come next from Rampage? Rampage missing what perhaps was a crucial turning point in the match. Running into the turnbuckle corner, running into the ring post. That could be the moment at which the momentum swings into the corner of the Mean Machine, Mark Sanders.
We've waxed lyrical and long, Andy Kane, about just how brutal, powerful, and able to inflict punishment Rampage Brown is. But I have to say the ring post is probably more brutal than Rampage Brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And less caring.
You know, that ring post does not give. You saw earlier when Mark was turned into the corner that the ring moves, but the ring posts do not give. That's solid steel.
Oh, beautiful release. Like that.
Incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. Fans, when I said at the start of this match that this was the match that I was most looking forward to on tonight's show, that this was going to be the match of the night, I didn't say that lightly. And that's exactly the way that it's shaping up to be.
Also interesting to note, Andy Kane, that when Rampage Brown came out here, the crowd were behind him. They chanted his name. They were all for Rampage Brown. You see in this match now, that's turned round. The crowd are cheering Mean Machine Mark Sanders. That is a fundamental difference between these two men. Rampage Brown inspires respect as well he should. He is a phenomenal competitor, but Mark Sanders will win the affection of a crowd due to his heart, due to his skill. He will not be beaten back.
Sanders lifting Rampage off his feet as if it was nothing.
Like you say,
That's 248 pounds. Rampage Brown.
just like that, Rampage Brown comes straight back.
And again, Rampage now showing phenomenal skills by lifting Mark at 247 pounds up into the air. Big boot to Mark Sanders' face. And you got to think that Rampage is going to capitalise on this. Slams him to the mat.
That was painful, Andy Kane.
Mark looking to kick out on two fans. Let me tell you, knowing Mark as I do, I know he's not the kind of guy to give up, but everybody's got a breaking point.
Well, we may very well get to see where Mark Sanders' breaking point is tonight, Andy Kane.
You know, and as we talked about earlier, Mark Sanders on a phenomenal roll of his career. It could all end here tonight. And what impression, what impact would that have on Mark Sanders if in fact it did come to an end?
I would imagine the blow would be a crushing one.
I think
built
so.
such momentum, such belief, such spirit from the string of victories.
And talking of crushing blows, what a crushing blow that was that Mark Sanders just laid down there on Rampage Brown.
Did you say earlier, what is Mark Sanders' breaking point? I'm not sure that Rampage Brown has a breaking point.
No.
I think you just have to beat Rampage Brown as bad as he is beating you.
You know, often, I think Mark is often in a fight with himself. You know, Mark needs to, wow.
He's definitely in a fight with Rampage Brown, I can tell you that.
You know, I was going to say, he's in a fight, and let me emphasise that word to you if you're watching at home, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the fight of his life. Rampage was very close for a count.
Very close. Each of these fights we've seen Mark Sanders in, they have been different. He has fought technically, he has fought tactically, he has out-wrestled his opponents, out-fought them. He's going to have to out brutalise Rampage Brown.
You know, thinking back to the righteous Joseph Connors match that we saw marking, the psychological edge was there for definite for Joseph. And Joseph really went to town on Mark that night, but Mark still ended up successful.
He proved to be the stronger man psychologically.
You know, but I don't think he's ever faced someone, not so much psychological, but physical to the extent of Rampage.
Incredible dueling chants from the fans here. You sense that the fans are really splitting their affections. They love to see Rampage Brown wrestle, but they want to see Mark Sanders fight back and win this.
Mark with his powerbomb that we've seen him in so many matches with.
Right there!
Including this one.
The streak continues.
Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sheffield's very own, the Mean Machine, Mark Sanders. And you can hear the crowd there, Matt Hatter, chanting Rampage Beater at Mark Sanders. You can tell how appreciative they are, how much effort they've seen that win took out of Mark.
Not the most original of chants, but you've got to be thankful for them showing that affection to him.
And you know, with the continuous success that Mark's having at the minute, I don't think we've ever seen him in better shape in his career. No. But I've got to say, that run at some stage has to come to an end.
It does, but it doesn't have to come to an end tonight at DK, and the ring belongs to Mark Sanders.
Who's going to be his next opponent? Fans, come to the shows, come and find out, come and see the guy who's the very best at what he does. The man stood in the middle of the ring, your winner, the Mean Machine, Mark Sanders.
Rampage Brown offering the hand of friendship there to Mark Sanders.
Excellent show of respect. That's what wrestling's about.
Let's hear it for your winner, the Mean Machine, Mark Sanders.